Okay. Good morning, guys. What a great day we had yesterday. Stock market was actually really interesting during the day yesterday. And then, of course, we had earnings coming in, and we got that question answered that we had on the on our title yesterday. Was we were at a crossroads. Which way are we going to go? You know what? For the stock market, almost always all roads lead to up. Let me turn my camera on so I can say hi to you guys. Hello, guys. Today is, yesterday I said it was August the 15th. I heard on my video. Today is August the 27th, okay? It is Thursday. The market rip and roared on earnings last night. 4 mammoth friggin' earnings. You guys could see the chart right there. Yeah, what a awesome time that was right there for the charts. So let me get my annotation tool together here. And let me see here. It is, see what we got in the house. Lynn's in the house. SK's in the house. Lady Little Corner is in the house. William is in the house. Gilliande, welcome to the show. Arnold and Norris. And Norris, you were an early bird this morning. And then Mr. Joel. Norris likes to get those ticker requests in right away. Irene, please. Okay. We'll try to get to the tickers like right off the bat. It's 8:17, so let's go ahead and let's get started with this. Hold on a second. I gotta move this over just a little bit there. Okay, there we go. 8:17, let's get started. Yeah, NVIDIA, CrowdStrike, Salesforce, and Okta actually. Boy, Okta had a monster earnings call. And you know what? We got to keep our eye on Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up 1.24% right now, and it's still pushing into that 80,000 resistance. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at the headlines. You guys, I'm delivering this out to my paid subscribers, 12 charts I'm watching before the bell, giving you hourly and daily charts. I hope you're enjoying that as paid subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Google over here to the recent post that I did for the headlines. Yeah, NVIDIA killed it, Salesforce killed it, CrowdStrike killed it, Bitcoin keeps surging, and oil is lower. That's all I'm going to do on the headlines, okay? Basically, we're kind of going over a lot of that stuff as is. So there's not much to talk about on the headlines. The headlines are actually bullish for the stock market right now. And let's take a look and see how the market's actually trading right now in the pre-market, right? And there. All right, so we got here's your pre-market right here, and then obviously NASDAQ is crushing it, and they were kind of leading the way yesterday. If you remember, VIX is being supportive. It's kind of coming in. Bonds, they're getting bought up slightly. They're like flat bullish. The dollar, the dollar's kind of behaving down here, so no problem with the dollar. Bitcoin is a happy camper. It looks like Bitcoin's wanting to go up, so speculation is feeling very good right now. And then you got crude oil. It's up slightly, but I mean that's nothing serious to talk about. 0.36, 0.7%, and gold and silver and platinum, they're all like slightly bearish, but they've had such incredible runs that they're actually just consolidating. So this is a very bullish setup for the stock market right now, and we're going in with a bullish fever. Want to take a look at this? Your max pain, your put and call walls. Notice they're like down. There's basically no put and call walls until you get down to really a serious one. Here is a 6.8. That's not even serious. That's only at 8,000 open interest on that. So honestly, the daily put and call walls are almost like negligible, not even worth paying attention to. On your weekly, even your highest on the weekly, you guys remember there was one time I showed you a $100,000 put wall. On your weekly right now, your highest put wall is 750, and then you got 760 as the next highest, and that's only 12,000 open interest. And then you got 770 as a as a call wall, which we're right at right now. We're trading at 769. So I think the market, if it's going to stay in this range right here, it's got a little bit of a gamma squeeze going on it. 765 is the max pain. I'm not sure it gets down there. Guys, this is another thing that I send out nowadays. You know, it used to be the stock market pre-market or the pre-market live report, and actually it just changed it to a market intelligence report that I send out different information throughout the day. This is one of the things I've been sending out lately. I've been giving you kind of like an earnings overview on the earnings, and then also the upgrades and downgrades over the night. Hewlett Packard's getting crushed on downgrades, and they're also down on the stock, and they had terrible earnings. NVIDIA, the analysts are scrambling to get NVIDIA, CRM, and Okta in there upgraded to strong buys, so that's looking pretty good there. We got we got the initial jobless claims is coming out in about 8 minutes, and I got my alarm clock set, and I got that indicator that'll automatically put it in there for us. We got Best Buy this morning and Dollar General, and we'll take a look at that. And then we got Marvell, Irene, Autodesk, Alta, Affirm, Workday for your software stocks, Gap. Going to be interesting. Oh, and by the way, me and the bilingual stock market channel leader himself, Alvaro, we're going to do a video tonight, you know, the weekend review and the market close. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some charts. Welcome to the show, Geraldo, and welcome to the show, Quiet Money and Lynn. I'm not sure if I welcomed you, Lynn, so if I did, then you got a double welcome today, okay? Let's see what we got going on for the charts. That's not what I want. There we go. All right, and so what we're going to do is we're actually going to zoom in here for a second on the dashboard over here to the left, to the left. I'm back in black today, guys. Let's see. Oh, right there. And that's what I want. I want to lock it in. There. All right. So what are we looking at? We're looking at Okta crushing it, right? CRM's crushing it. They're pulling back a little bit in these time frames, so you know you're getting some digesting, maybe a little bit of profit taking. Okay, CRM, same thing. CrowdStrike, but all these guys, they just crushed it, right? And NVIDIA's actually, I think it's about pretty much about where it came in at, about 7%. You know, NVIDIA started off lower, and everybody was worried it was actually going to have another dump. But you know, we were kind of thinking NVIDIA was going to do good on this channel. And then you have Hewlett Packard. That's the one that got all those downgrades, so that might actually, if you want to put on a bear flag on that, it's not on my list, but that might be, if the market gets a little weak or something like that, you might look for that as a bear flag and a short. However, you know, those bear flags, sometimes they want to reverse, so the market actually gets giddy with it. Maybe it actually end up being a reversal for you. Dollar General had a great earnings apparently, but at Dollar Tree, it's kind of interesting that you got that bifurcation right there on Dollar General and Dollar Tree. So Dollar General is actually trading up right now, and I'd say that's oh, and here's your Best Buy right here. It's down a little bit. Burlington's down a little bit. Seems like the retail trade has not really been doing too well. And what does that say about the economy, guys? Huh? All right, let's go ahead and close that, and we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the charts. And what do I got you on? Yeah, I have you on your 24-hour time frame charts right now, and we're looking really bullish. And you know, I had called out that we had in the Discord that we're part of, I called out that, you know, this was a hammer candle. It's a doji on the 24-hour, but on the daily time frame, it's a hammer candle that actually comes into the 20-period moving average. We'll take a look at that. It's also a retest of this 760, a near retest, and we also looked at the past where, you know, the market's been so bullish, it's actually not even coming in and doing a full retest on that. And then yesterday we drew out that downward trend line and said it's breaking out and above. So we're looking really good on this. Then we go over here to the Qs, and you know, you broke out of that, a very nice impulsive candle right here, so I'm loving that. We get out and above you know, this number right here at this 720. You get out and above that, and you got room to run. You know, here's your next wick right here, it's 730 area, and then go all the way to the top of this, you get up to 735. So, you know, and it's actually, once again, you know, it's capturing the middle part of this channel right through here. If you notice, let me show you right here. So it's capturing this middle part of the channel right there, right? And if it gets out at above that, it's going to use it as support. As you see right here, it used it as support right here before. So, you know, if you want to get long on the Qs or T triple Q, that might be actually a pretty decent way to go, right? Let's go ahead and throw this off now. And we'll go now over to the right. And we got the Dow Jones. It's coming back in for, it's really on the bottom part of that channel. It's got like a little channel going on right there, guys. If you're looking at it right there. So that's right here. It's on the bottom part of that channel. And it's looking pretty good, and it's just doing a retest on that breakout. So, you know, the Dow actually looks really good. You don't want to see it actually come back under, I don't think you want to see it come back underneath that. You really want to see it hold that number, 532.75. And then I think you might actually have an objective long on that. Going over here to the IWM, the Russell. Remember, this is a trend line that I drew in basically from this top trend line right here. And so we're not even 100% sure that it's a trend line, but if you want to, you can actually do this. You can actually draw in that downward trend line right through there. And if it captures that, then this does look like it's a go long into that 302.75 that we got right there. So that's what you're looking at on the IWM. If we go down over here to Bitcoin, which has really been a monster lately. You guys remember I was complaining about those candles on Bitcoin? I mean, you know, it's putting in some upper wicks. It's got some consolidation work to do, right? So, it's got to get above this number right here, and that number is 81,400 basically. And right now it's just kind of doing the sideways consolidation like we kind of talked about yesterday, and we expected it to do that. And we're kind of using gold over here as the model right here, this one here as the model in this area. Now moves come usually a lot of times in two parts, right? So let's take, so you know, Bitcoin's got to get above, and then that takes you into the second move on this, right? But right now it's in a sideways consolidation. You could actually try to actually maybe scale into this thing, into the lower part of this range where it seems like it's actually trading out of right now, you know, between the 23.6 and the 0. And you guys remember I told you when a stock is really strong, a lot of times it won't go past the 23.6 on the won't go past that 23.6 on these charts, because that's all you're going to get. So if it comes back into that 23.6 and you want to actually get in on Bitcoin, and your thesis is that Bitcoin is actually going to go to 100,000 or something like that, you know, you could scale in there, or you could go ahead and take an objective long, and if it takes it down, you could get out and then get in again later, right? So that's the way you could play that if you're trying to get into it because you didn't get in on the first move. We go over here to gold, and you take a look at gold. I just want to draw this out for you. That's move number 1. This is move number 2, right? So that's move number 2, right? And so this is what I'm talking about, how a lot of times the moves come in two parts. And what you got going on over here is you have move number 1 going on over here with Bitcoin, right? I'll put a 1 out of there. That's a 1. It's not a hangman. Okay, it's my terrible drawing of a 1. Anyhow, you got move number 1. Now, what do you got going on over here for gold? Well, gold needs to break out of this downward trending channel, downward trend right now. But gold's actually looking really good, you know. And let's actually take these off. And you know, it's just now. It has not come back and retraced even the 23.6, and you see I had the 23.6 here at 415.71. So 415.71 is an area where I would think that it would be a area of opportunity to scale in on this. And then also I think what we want to do is go ahead and just extend these things, this channel here to the right, and you can see that 471 will actually put you right at the bottom of that channel. So 415 will actually put you right there at the bottom of the channel. Now coming over here to TLT and here we go. Come over here to TLT, and It's gotten above the downward trend lines. It's actually putting in like a little bit of a bullish consolidation, a bull flag consolidation right through here. So I'm kind of liking that very much right there. And the alarm just went off, and that's good because we're actually going to be getting into this in just a second. We're going to get into the SPY in just a second. I'm going to finish this market overview analysis first. So this is your bull flag consolidation right here. And you really want to see it kind of continue to hold the bottom of that bull flag. And then it's actually implying that it's going to break out of that. It's a continuation pattern. It seems to me like it's actually going to get up into the 84, 84.5 area. So this is constructive for the market as well. And then you got oil over here, and oil is stuck between two areas right here. This is an hourly. It's basically a triangle within a triangle, right? So this is your weekly down here, and then this one here. Right here is your hourly, okay? That's your hourly, and it's actually coming in off the hourly, and it's trapped in between this consolidation range also that it has right up above you right here. This is actually a very strong consolidation range, and it's kind of trapped in between there. I'm not so sure it's going to get go much higher. I think that you're actually going to see 74.25. This is my guess on this. You don't know with triangle consolidations. You got to wait to see. But the way this is set up with that consolidation range above, I think you're going to see 74.25 before you see 78.75. That's what that number is, 78.75. So that's the overview of what we're looking at on the market. The market is looking very constructive, and it's looking bullish in the pre-market. All right, let's go ahead and go into the SPY and see what happened with that report. And I'm going to take this down to a 1 minute time frame, and then I'll zoom you in. And let's go ahead and put on the bubble so we know what we're looking at. All right. And so here's what we're, okay, so it's actually pulling in off of that, right? So here's your jobless claims. Here was your high right here. Your high was 760.13, and then your low is 769.13, 768.85. Oh, it's right here written on it now that I'm looking at it. And if you look, I think, does this show the other ones? Shows the jobless claims there. Oh yeah, and we're so far high up above these other numbers. But I want to show you this because I really find it interesting. Look how this ended up being like support right here. And then look how this one ended up being the breakout number over here, the GDP. So these 2 minute highs and lows off of these numbers, they're very significant. I want you to pay attention to those things. Let's go ahead and zoom that back out. We're going to put it on the 15-minute time frame. Back over here to the 15-minute, and we'll go ahead and get started on taking a quick look at this. Because I got tickers to go over, right? And it's 8:33, and you guys know it takes a while to go over the tickers to do it right. But you gotta appreciate what you have going on over here with the SPY coming in out of this channel right here. This is a bullish falling wedge that it's coming out of, but it's also got a upper channel right through here, and then it's also got, you know, it's got the middle part of the channel right there that is kind of that it would be testing right now. But that's a daily time frame chart, and let me tell you why I put it on the daily time frame chart. I did that because I wanted to show you that it's actually got this upward trending 20-period moving average, and it actually picked it up on that hammer candle right there. And that's when I called out to a lot of people, like, I think we actually put in a pivot low here because of the fact we were doing a retest here, a hammer candle, 20-period moving average. And guys, I would have gone long on the SPY right there, but I was a little bit too heavily positioned going into NVIDIA earnings, so I actually had to wait on that. And that brings me to another subject that I did want to talk to you guys about. You know, there's so many things, and I've actually put out a video about that. There's so many things that go into factoring about like what you should buy and what you shouldn't buy and all that kind of stuff. And for me, this was a buy all day long, especially when it took out that hammer candle, because I'm all the time telling you hammer candles and dojis, what you think are pivot lows are great entries. And if it took out without that pivot low, then you take a little bit of a paper cut, right? Anyhow, so it looks like we're going long. We got a little bit of resistance through here, but guess what? That resistance does not exist, and I'm going to show you why, because we're going to take it now to the 24-hour time frame chart. And I just wanted to show you that because that actually showed the proper moving averages. But on the 24-hour time frame chart, we're actually above that middle area right now, and we're actually just putting in a doji on the 24-hour time frame chart. So looking good on the SPY. The SPY, I think, is actually maybe it's going to come all the way back up into the channel over here. 776 will be a first area of resistance on the 4-hour time frame chart, where you have this downward trending channel, but then you also have an upward trending channel that's a longer time frame channel. So you got a confluence of issues right there. And if we take it over here now to the hourly, what I'm loving about this on the hourly is you can see we're actually over top of the 10-period moving average, and we're picking up the 20-period moving average right over here. We're picking up this thing on the hourly chart right here. That's your 20-period moving average coming in for support, and then you have your 20-period or your 10-period moving average. That's a daily 10-period moving average. So that's looking excellent right there. So you got to love that. We also got ourselves a very nice pivot right here at 768.25. If it does decide to kind of spike down under, and you gotta like this candle right here. There's your hammer candle. Take out the hammer candle and go long right there. So you gotta like that as well. So that's looking very good. And I'm liking the actual pattern right here, which is actually a bull flag pattern going in. And guess what? We're not trading at the top part of that range for a change. So I'm kind of liking that as well. So that looks pretty good. Let's go over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take edit that study, and I'm going to take the bubble off, because bubble gets in the way of the technical analysis. There we go. And is this auto zoomed? Okay, good. So we got a very tight consolidation range right there, but we're putting in a nice bull flag in that consolidation range. I usually am only showing you about 2 days worth of stuff right here. So there we go. That's about the zoom level that we want to work with, because we're actually just trying to dig into the details. How did it trade maybe over the last couple of days? And you could see that it really was in that very tight consolidation range right through here for the longest time, and it's now broken out of this area right here, and that's actually a great area of support right there. So that's really in that 766 to 767 range area. You got a pivot low at 767.75 as well, and then you have your pre-market high at 770.25. So guys, if this thing wants to go long, look for the breakout and retest on this. And get this, let me get a little more range over here. And it's, you can see we're putting in that 15-minute candle there is a little bit bearish, but it's just coming into an area of support. If you lose that area of support, once again, you have this other area of support as well. And it looks like my annotations are off a little bit right now. So you have that 767.50, right? 767.50, 768.25. Okay, from there I would actually look at the market. If it wants to actually go long, this would actually might be a great entry for you. Look and see if you actually can get an entry right there, or else if we actually do decide to come in and up, you also have this area right through here that you can look at on a go long for this as well. So, and what am I thinking? I'm thinking long. I think the market wants to go long, and that's just I have no short on this, and the reason why is because of that consolidation range underneath of you, right? So you got this consolidation range right through here, and that's not an area that you kind of want to go short into. It's an area you want to come long out of, right? You understand? So that's what we got going on with that. All right, so let's go ahead and let's take a look at the items that I have for you for today in regards to what's trading. Some of these did not load the pivots because my computer was working a little slow this morning. So here is your list. Go ahead and take that down. Take this down too. Here's your list. We got Hood, Tesla, Intel, Mara, SpaceX, Oklo, AMD, CrowdStrike, Netflix, Microsoft, Google, and Apple. Guys, some of the reasons, I'm calling this like the forgotten stocks, okay? Everybody's got their eyes right now on all of these stocks that actually just reported earnings, and I do have one of them on there. I think I have CrowdStrike on there. It has a very interesting kind of pattern set up on it. You take a screenshot of this if you want to grab the pivots. I'm going to give you about another couple seconds. I'm going to pull it off and we're going to go over these charts. I'm going to go over them as fast as I can so I can get into on some of your stuff. Hello, Stephanie, Ray Cat. How you guys doing? Yulissa, welcome to the show. And Naka, welcome to the show. Yes, Naka is the man. If you guys want to have like market structure and all that stuff, join up on the Discord that we got. I got the description in the I got the link in the description. And let's go ahead and let's get started. Now, Hood was on the list yesterday, and it's still on the list. You know, Bitcoin seems like it's wanting to go higher. And Hood is putting in a very nice bull flag underneath of this long area of weekly resistance right through here. A breakout above that, and this thing actually is going to run probably into the 116 to the 120 range, right? Let's go ahead and look at it on the hourly time frame. So you got yourself a snapback high over there, right? So there's your snapback high right at 112.11. So we'll just call it 112. You got a pivot over there. It's also at 112.50. And then guess what? You have that weekly resistance. And this is, remember I told you, this is exactly what you want to see. You want to see price action consolidate underneath strong resistance because it's building up energy to knock that door down, right? So that's what we're thinking about on this. Now, you know, you can get a short side trade on this as well if you want to scalp it, okay? But this one here, I'm really kind of hoping that we actually can give us some opportunity to get long on this. If it breaks out of this, a lot of times it doesn't do a retest. This is your breakout and retest play, but you might want to just take it right off of the breakout if it actually comes up and over that 112, and just keep your stop loss maybe one or two candles underneath of you, or use 3 times the ATR is something that I like to do. Use 3 times the ATR on whatever you know, chart that you're trading. See, it would be 3 times this ATR if I was trading in the hourly chart. If I was trading that's something that's automatically drawn in for me by my custom indicators, and I sell custom indicators online all the time. And so, you know, if you're trading the 15-minute chart, it would be 3 times this was actually a pretty decent stop loss for you. So we also have a very nice tight consolidation. You got the low of the consolidation is 108, the high of the consolidation is 112. And you're putting in a little bit of a uptrend right now, right through here. So you'd love to see it kind of hold that uptrend. If it doesn't, then it's probably going to come back into these numbers. And from there, I would actually look and see if it actually is putting in one of those dojis or hammer candles to see if maybe you could actually get yourself an objective long and get a very nice price on that. However, there is also the option that it could break below that. If it doesn't break below, then you can actually trade that off of those pivots and come into the low side on this on a scalp. But that right there, that number I just drew to you, that's your 5-period moving average on the daily time frame chart. And this is a strong stock right now. It will probably see a reaction right there. But you can get yourself a nice 3-point scalp on that on the short side. Don't stay long, okay? That was my suggestion on Hood, right? So let's take a look at the next one on the list. The next one I have on the list is Tesla. And the reason why Tesla's on the list is because of this 4-hour chart. I mean, look where it's at right there. It is sitting right on support on this upward trend line. And it's got a really steep pullback that it came in out of, which we're going to take a look at that on the hourly. So let's go ahead and go over to the hourly. We got to be running through these things a little faster. I do want to get to some of your call outs were really interesting. So you want to see it actually kind of break out of this trend line right through here and get up over top of this 347 area, right? So if you get over top of that 347, 75, and it's got a little bit of work to do. You got your 5-period moving average, then it's going to contend with the 5-period moving, that's the daily moving average, by the way, the 5-period daily moving average, but it's trading right now at the 10-period. That's that green dashed line right here. That is your 10-period moving average. It's trading right there at it. And once again, you do have this uptrending support right now. It's kind of flattening out. You could see we had this trend going on originally. Let's do this. It's flattening out right now. So that's your trend right there, but it had this trend at one time. So first it's coming down, now it's flattening. So now we need to figure out, is it flattening to actually make a U-turn and actually get bullish on this thing, or is it flattening to actually take out the bottom part of that channel? So you know, once again, this is also something that you could take in two different directions as well. Looking at it over here on the daily, on the 15-minute time frame chart. And actually, let me zoom this in just a little bit more. We won't worry about 2 days ago. We'll just put in yesterday's trading action so we can kind of get a little bit tighter on the price action there. All right, so this is why it's on the list. Look at that. It's like a 3-point consolidation range, right? I mean, isn't that great? I mean, I love trading out of consolidation ranges. You got 348.50 right here, and then you have 345.25 down on the bottom. Very nice consolidation range right through here. And so basically getting out and above, you know, you can go long on this and you begin to take a long. But, you know, I would like to actually get a good price on this and maybe get it in here at the lows if it's going to show me the proper price action, okay? You could probably draw yourself a 15-minute downward trend line like this. And then if it shows you a breakout of that trend line, this is something that I trade a lot. You break out of the trend line, back test the trend line, maybe even wick below this. I would love to see it even wick below and then recapture, because then the bears are offsides. You took out a little bit of overhead resistance. It's going to probably have a little struggle right there for a second on that 10-period moving average, but I think you can easily get back up into the top part of that range right there at 300 and not sure what that number is. I got that, my box is kind of drawn in there. So there you go, 348, okay? There's a possibility to get an objective long on this. And once again, the reason why we're thinking about this is because if it actually gets bullish on this channel and continues to hold this channel, then it's going to at least come up to the middle part of this channel where you see you have like 2 areas of resistance. And that takes you all the way up to 356 from 345. That's a 10-point move, right? So this is actually bullish ever since right around the beginning of August. So that's the reason why it's on the list. Let's take a look at Intel right now. Intel, and go ahead and take my things off. Intel has a huge gap underneath of us, and it just came up to the top part of the gap. And you guys know, if you've been around me anytime, that I tell you that first test on a gap, you know, almost always it doesn't break, right? So there you go. And it put in this bullish friggin' falling wedge right here, and it looks like that needs to be kind of drawn in a little bit better, because I think now it's you actually, especially trend lines, you actually need to watch price action, see how it's actually behaving. I think that's more of what it's looking like right there on that bullish falling wedge. So it came out of it, did the back test on that breakout, and it held the back test. It tested the near-term low right there, right? Test that near-term low, and now it's recaptured this downward trending channel right here. So, you know, that is still a downward trending channel. That's all there is to it. Whoops, we don't want that. So it is retesting this downward trending channel right here. But it is a downward trending channel, and usually you want to be upward trending and then do the counter trend, right? But it's broken out of that. It's coming in over here to this 50% Fibonacci too. I want to make sure you understand that the 50% Fibonacci is running at 92.7. So I'm actually, guys, what do you think? You think I'm bullish or bearish on this? I'm actually a little bearish. I didn't give you a chance to actually answer that, but a little bearish on this stock right now. You got the 200-period moving average is coming right in there at the 50%, right? So I'll be watching this one to see. There's your 200-period moving average right there. Your 50% Fibonacci is right here. Okay, it did come up and over the this 5-period daily moving average right here, and it's doing a back test on that as we speak, and it's also getting over top of the 20-period moving average. So in a shorter time frame, this could possibly run all the way back up to the 92.89, right? But at 92.89, I just think you're going to have some problems with this. And so I'm actually watching this as a possibility of maybe an objective short. We'll have to see how the market plays out. But maybe maybe people decide to start taking profit, and this ends up being a long, short rather than a long. And you do have a little bit of a trend line that you're putting in right here, right? So you have this trend line right here, and it looks like it kind of broke that trend line. So it comes back in and does a back test on that and then loses that. I think that you actually got yourself a possible short that can run for a little bit. So that's why it's on the list. That's what you got going on with Intel. So we got Mara on the list. I think Mara was on our list yesterday. Mara's got the wind at its back. It has been trading with, the AI trade, and it's also trading with Bitcoin. So Mara's got this very nice bull flag right here, and it's putting in that bull flag consolidation, and it's kind of holding the bottom part of that, which is right around $11, right? So you got to love that. And once again, it had a problem with this. When I'm drawing in these resistance zones like this, that's serious business, and it had problems right there with that resistance zone. But it's doing the same thing the hood's doing. It putting in a bull flag consolidation right underneath the resistance zone, so that it can actually get out and above. And if it does that, this thing is now, it's already put in a higher low. Look at this, guys. I didn't even realize this. I want to show you this. It's already put in a higher low, because this was your previous high right there, but it looks in it just slightly. Honestly, that's not even. That's not good enough to call it a higher low. I almost call that like a double top, right? So I'm going to call that a double top for right now. But it's trying to put in a higher low. This thing puts in a higher low. This would be your lower low, or your higher high. This would be your lower low right there. So you're looking at this kind of price action, right? You're looking at this, and now it's on the bull side of things, and that's called a change of character situation, right? So that's what's going on with it on the longer time frame. If we want to look at this on the shorter time frame and the hourly, okay, it's very nicely situated in that it's actually captured the 5-period moving average right here. So it's captured the 5-period moving average. It's got that rip that it did, so it had a little bit of a wick under and over. It's also got the 200-period moving average in a consolidation range. You got your 20-period not far below, and your 10-period offering support. These are all daily moving averages, so it's actually up above all of those things. It's kind of sideways consolidation, which is exactly what we called out about Bitcoin. So we got the sideways consolidation, and it looks like it's wanting to actually go higher above these numbers. So basically, what is that number here? That number is 1225, we'll call it. Let me see. Actually, I round these things up because most of the times 1216 is the actual number. But once again, you're going to have a little bit of a fight getting through here. But in the longer time frame, I do think that this is having a change of character, and that's the reason why you want to keep this one on your bullish radar, okay? So that's what I'm looking at with this. Let's go over here and take a look at SpaceX. All right, and so here's SpaceX for you. And we'll drive in here to the 4-hour time frame chart, and you can see it's kind of putting in a consolidation right here. Oh gosh, okay. Do this again. It's kind of putting in a consolidation right here off of this trend line. And that's kind of not what you want to see. It needs to get out and above that. Otherwise, this is actually a short, right? Now, the nice thing about this one is it's so packed in so tightly that if it comes short off of that, you got room to run, at least on the 4-hour time frame chart. And then if you come long off of this, you actually got room to run to the middle part of this channel as well, right? So middle part of that channel, you're running up around 153. If you actually come back and retest the near-term lows, you're at 130. So this is actually is situating itself very nicely as a consolidation play, and it looks like it's kind of breaking down right now out of that channel as we speak, right? So you got that channel right here This is that same channel that I drew over for you on the 4-hour time frame chart. It's coming down and out of that, and it's actually just coming in right now and retesting the 10-period moving average on the daily time frame chart. You do have some upward trends, you know, on the hourly, so as far as like your moving averages, and your 5-period moving average is right here at 136. Right here, 136.71. So this thing, it could actually do, even it would be okay for it to actually do another breakdown and then capture those moving averages. But my preference is, listen to me, SpaceX, my preference is get up above this trend line and move higher. So, but you could actually take this for a scalp short if you want to trade this on a scalp basis. You could actually take it just like this, up and under this. Basically your 10-period moving average, come back and retest maybe, and then you come back in and you're coming down to the 5-period, you know, to do the retest. So from about basically 140 where it's at right now down to 137, you get a little 3-point play. On the top side, you know, you're regaining that trend channel, which you can't hardly see here, so I'm going to draw it in for you. But if you're on the top side, you're regaining that trend channel, and you're also taking out this downward trend right here that we have on the 15-minute time frame chart, so that if you get up and above this, and it'll probably run into that trading range right there. You get out and above that, it actually is looking pretty good as a long. And once again, remember that we're trading this, we're taking this into consideration on this 4-hour time frame chart as well, right? So that's what's up with SpaceX. We got Oklo is still on the list, and that was on the list yesterday. So let's take a look at it. So Oklo is on the list, and the reason why Oklo is on the list is because it's actually putting in a very tight consolidation in this 15-minute time frame chart, and it's actually looking like a a bear flag consolidation. And you can see on this 4-hour time frame, we got actually downward trending channel. We're at basically the top of the downward trending channel, and it failed. It had to look above and fail. This is looking like it actually would be a very nice play for the short side if it can take out that wick low that you're seeing on this hourly time frame chart. So you got a buyer right here, and you got a snapback. Snapbacks are unique to stock chartistry. You can't get them anywhere except for on stock chartistry. You guys can get my indicators on stockchartistry.com. Anyhow, you got that snapback right there. You also have this upward trending line right through here, and if you look over here, you see this is your 5-period moving average, and it's actually stacked the opposite way. You got your 20-period, your 10-period, and your 5-period. So that's not the way you want to see it stacked if you're bullish on a stock. It's in a little bit of a triangle consolidation, and the triangle consolidations can break either way. We do have an opportunity to trade this to the upside, but I'm actually bearish on this on the higher time frames, so that if you trade it to the upside, you don't stay long, you just stay in for a scalp, right? And I'll show you why I think that this has this opportunity to trade it either way, because you're in a very tight consolidation range right here. You know, very tight consolidation range on the 15-minute time frame chart. And what you got going on is if it gets out and above that consolidation range, you can take it higher, right? And what do you have? You have light volume all the way up to that next snapback, which is running right around 46, right? But I'd love to see it actually take out this pre-market low right over here at 41.6 right here. Take out this pre-market low, and then I think that this actually has room to run to the downside, because this stock here is putting in a bear flag, and it's actually on, once again, I'll remind you, on this 4-hour time frame chart, that is a downward trending channel, and it's a failed breakout. So that's the reason why we got all of those issues on the list, and we got AMD on the list. Pretty bullish on AMD. AMD seems like it has the wind at its back right now. It did regain this upward trending. Is this AMD? That's CrowdStrike. Wrong one. AMD. Man, wait till you see CrowdStrike. That's a good looking setup, huh? All right, looking over here on AMD, we'll take it over here to the 4-hour time frame chart. You know, this is still a downward trending channel, but I did want to point this out. We started off in a trend that was looking like this, and now the trend's looking like this. So it's actually trying to do a little bit of a turnaround when you're thinking about it. You are in this downward trending channel right here. You came right in off the top of the channel, right? And it actually looks like you captured captured support off of the middle part of this channel as well. So it's looking pretty good right there. And, you know, it's got a little bit of an uptrend now for the last few days right through here. So it's actually trying to put in this bullish movement here. Let's take a look at it over here on the 1 hour time frame chart. On the 1 hour time frame chart, you got your 5-period moving average right here, and you have your 10-period, and then you have your 20-period that's stacked in the right direction. You also got your 20-period moving average on the daily, on the hourly as well, offering some great support. This was a very nice consolidation range right through here, and so you got a pivot over here at 482.50 that it's actually coming in off of. On top of that, the 20-period moving average. The 20-period had very nice impulse here, then sideways consolidation. So it looks like it wants to take a second leg higher here, guys, and that's why it's on the list. Let's look at it over here on the 15-minute and see if we can get some numbers for you. So yeah, it's coming in right now, and it looks like it lost that one of our algo numbers that we got off of that, and that it was an area of support. So now you have your 200-period moving average on the 15-minute time frame chart right here. It looks like it's going to offer support right around that 481. You got 481 is also your 10-period moving average on the daily time frame, and it's actually just coming back and doing a back test on the 20-period moving average right now as we speak. So I would watch it right here to see if you can get some kind of turnaround. But you also have a very nice kind of range right through here where you probably will see some support right through here. You just got so many numbers right there between 479 and 481 that if it does decide to poke its head in there, this could be an area where you could actually begin to see if you can get an objective long on that, right? Now, down below that, you might end up getting a little bit short. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike's the one that's really fascinating to me. It's 9 o'clock right now, and I still got some more stocks to go over. I'm trying so hard, guys. I'm trying so hard. If you haven't liked the video, do me a favor and like the video. It really helps the channel out a lot. Yeah, so what's CrowdStrike done? It actually broke this downward trend channel right through here. I love that. It regained the daily right over here on the 4 hour, and guess what? That is a bull flag consolidation right here on this. That's looking like a very nice bull flag consolidation. So it's right now, it's just doing a digestion of the move. As long as it's staying above this daily upward trending channel, you might be able to actually get yourself in. And this is actually looking to me like it wants to get long, and that you know, higher up over here, you're looking in the 200 and 225 range for this on a longer time frame basis, right? Go over here to the hourly, and we'll take a look at it on the hourly. You actually picked up your 20-period moving average. You picked up your 10-period. They're all stacked in the right directions. You got to love that. It's a little far removed right now from the 5-period, so that's why it's consolidating. It's waiting for the 5-period to catch up with it. But there's your 10-period. Here's your 20-period. It's right at the 20-period, and it's at the 20-period on the hourly time frame as well. It's putting in there's your pattern right there if you want to draw that in on your own charts, right? And if you go over here to the 15-minute, very tight consolidation range. You know, you could actually look at possibly even, you know, scalping in some pieces right over here around 204. If it loses 204, okay, guess what? You know, you might have yourself a little bit of a scalp short on this. Loses 2.4, and it shows that it actually, you know, the people do want to take profits and take it back down into this area right around here, 180, 189, 190 area. That area should offer an area of support because you have your 200-day moving average. You also got some pivots there. You also got this Fibonacci 23.6 that I had drawn in at another time. So that's how you trade that. If it gets out and above, I didn't show you the out and above on this, but if it does get out and above, you know, obviously you want to go ahead and do the breakout and retest on it. So that's the out and above on this one. And actually, you could actually even do an initial entry right through here, and then up to here, and it's going to have some reactions, and then maybe even scale in more if you want, if that's the way you trade. So there's some options for you right there with CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is definitely on the list. And then here's one that's a forgotten stock. What if all of a sudden money starts, you know, everybody's taking profit, and there's like, well, where am I going to put some money? Well, you know what? Netflix has been doing really well. And I honestly, so Netflix is in the middle now of this upward trending channel right here. And And I think that Netflix is probably going to pick up support right here off of the middle part of this channel right through here. So I think it's going to pick up support off of that. And Netflix looks to me like it wants to get up here to 85, where you see you get a confluence of this upper channel, and you also have this upper trend line that I've drawn on the weekly time frame chart. Oh, I wasn't showing you it. Oh, here you go. This is what I drew in for you right here. There's the middle. There's your confluence, right? So I'm trying to go fast right now so we can get all these stocks in. Now Netflix is I think it's putting in a bullish consolidation right through here. I'll go ahead and leave it as dashed for right now. So there you go. It's putting in that bullish consolidation. It's breaking out of the bullish consolidation. It looks like it's actually trying to get out and above this 5-period daily moving average, and it's got this downward trending 20-period moving average that it's got to get out and above. It's got some upper wicks, so it has work to do. Don't get me wrong, but I do think that you could actually get in on this, and if even down here at the 79 area, you could actually get an objective long on the 10-period moving average. It's actually looking bullish in that 4-hour time frame, right? And here's what we got going on the 15-minute, and I think I need to draw this out a little bit. Yeah, because you do have a short that you could take down this onto the 10 down to the 10-period moving average. If it takes out this 80.25, you could actually take it down here to 79.38 to the 10-period moving average. But this is trading down at the bottom part of the range. I have a feeling that's possible. Just keep an eye on Netflix. It could end up getting bullish on you. Out and above this snapback high right through here, and it's going to probably want to get long. You're gonna run into some overhead, technical damage right here because it came back in. But this thing has just really been just kind of trading back and forth, and I've been picking this up and dropping it throughout. Every time it goes down, I pick it up, and every time it goes up, I go ahead and I take my profits. That's what I've been doing with it. Now, we got to have this one on the list, and the reason why it's on the list, it's Microsoft. This is one of the ones that I think is a forgotten stock, and you guys got to pay attention to this. And one of the biggest reasons to pay attention to this is because of this number right here, 492, and it has captured this number right. Oh, okay. Let me just erase that. That's not what I wanted. Just wanted to circle it right here for you. So anyhow, 492. What that is a number that I got off of the weekly time frame chart, and that's a big number. And if it carries that 492, which it's doing right now, not by a lot, and you have your 20-period moving average coming on in right here, offering great support right through here, right? So it's offering great support, and it actually wants to probably take out that wick high, and it already kind of gave you back now off that bearish consolidation, bearish rising wedge that I talked about, a few days ago. So it came back in off of that. What did it do? It came into the 23.6. It did not give you an opportunity at 38.2. You see how I talk about these stocks that are strong? They give you something. 23.6 usually is about all you're going to get. Put in a doji low right there. Took out the doji. It's just been kind of creeping up right now. But I think that this is actually one that could end up being a very nice swing long, especially if you want to end up taking out this near-term high over here at 498.77 on the 4-hour time frame chart. Going over here into the hourly time frame, you can see we got a very nice very nice upward trend to this in regards to these moving averages. You got your 20-period, your 50-period moving average, nice upward trend. You got the consolidation of your moving averages all underneath of you. This is your daily. You got all 4 of them right up underneath of you right there. It is capturing 492. It looks like it's trying to take out that 20-period moving average. Yeah, I do think that you can actually get long on this thing, and actually you could throw this one in your portfolio or put it on a swing long. And so if it takes out this pre-market high, then you go actually onto the long side. But we are a little bit high in the balance range, so I have a feeling, what they like to do when it's high in the balance range like this, they usually like to do a little bit of the flim-flam with you, bring you up higher to take you down lower. And then since this stock is bullish, I would actually look and see if you can find reversal candles to get long on it, and that would actually be a nice objective entry right through here into this area right through there. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at on Microsoft. Going over here to Google. All right, so right now I am bullish on Google in the long-term time frames. Let me make sure you understand that. Let's take a look at it for just a second. Look at that. That's your weekly time frame, okay? Just remember that. This stock is a strong stock. It's bullish as you can be, right? And all it's doing is it's coming back and it's just retesting its weekly breakout high, right? So it broke out of that here. It's coming back. It's doing a check-in. It did a little dipsy-do underneath, and now it's still carrying this daily channel right here. That daily channel is drawn in for you in blue right here, so it's capturing the daily channel. But in the hourly and the 4-hour time frame charts, this thing looks like crap, and it looks like it wants to come back into this 330 area. And so this is actually on the list right now as a possible scalp short, but you also, it's on the list too as a scalp long, because there's also open range right through here, and you can actually pick up a very nice trade off of this on the scalp if you're a scalper. But look at this. If it takes out that low, it's got all of these areas where it's tested it, it's consolidated right here by it. I do think this one's coming in lower. I'm looking forward to the day that I can get in on this stock at a great price. And here it is on the hourly time frame. There's your bear flag it's putting in. You got downward trending moving averages. You're underneath of your daily moving averages right through here. You got your 5 period. It's underneath the 5. It's underneath the 10. It's putting in bearish consolidation. But if this thing wants to rip higher, you have an open area right through here that it could run up to very quickly, and that's why it's on the list. This is for the scalper. This is actually a two-sided trade that you can watch, so this is a good one to watch for you. Right in this area of 343.25 over to 340.25, and even a tighter consolidation on your pre-market high and your pre-market low of 341.75 and 340.25. Now the cleaner move is to the downside, right? And you know, basically that's a breakout and retest. But if you do get to the upside, you're definitely, I do not see this happening as a no look back play. I do see that you're going to want to see that come back in and do the retest, because it's got overhead resistance, and from there you can take it a little bit long, because once again this is like very light volume up above you, and this thing could actually run all the way back up to this number and before it actually becomes bearish, and you have your 200 period moving average putting downward pressure on you as well, and then you have your daily moving averages. So that's what's going on with Google. And then the last one on my list is Apple. And guys, Apple is the safe haven play. Apple is where people go to hide their money. But if the market is bullish today, and the market's extremely bullish, then I'm actually a little bit bearish at Apple on the short-term time frame. So if the market is bullish, then I'm short-term time frame, I'm actually bearish Apple, because I'm looking at this trend line that it's just kind of hanging around, and I'm thinking to myself, if it wants to take out that near-term low right through here and break out of that trend line, then down we go for Apple. And it makes sense if Apple is where you're actually hiding your money when the market's pulling back. When the market's not pulling back, maybe you take your money out of the bank account of Apple, and you take it and you put it back into NVIDIA, or you put it into something else, putting in a very strong bear flag right through here. And it is like Google, because it actually has very clean open volume that you could actually trade to the upside. So once again, you have a two-sided trade for Apple. Just got to see what's going on with the markets. On the downside, breakout retest. On the upside, you're actually going to look at a breakout retest off of that pre-market high as well. Breakout and retest on the upside as well. So you got a two-sided trade on Apple, and that's what I got going on for Apple. In the longer-term time frame, I think Apple's coming into 300 at least for one more test. And then from there, if you're bullish Apple in the longer-term time frames, then you could actually get bullish on Apple. You could see Apple's actually putting in, it's actually in a very strong uptrend on the weekly, but it's kind of putting in a weekly bear flag. If it ends up losing that weekly bear flag, and this is just such a strong area, I mean, 295 is about the bottom of where we're going to end up getting to. Apple's a very safe play. Anyhow, what else do we got over here on the charts? We got oh guys, put a like on the video. I'm going to hang out with you for a little bit. I'm going to do Irene. Irene's got reporting earnings, guys. So I mean, Irene's going to change, but let's look at it on a longer term time frame. Irene is looking like, I'm going to put it over here. I want to change this to daily, just so I can get the daily reads on this. And so, Irene is actually it's trying to pick up this 20 period moving average. And when you're coming, and it's, and the 20 period moving average is coming up, it came down under, came in for a retest, came down under, and now it's actually trying to recapture. It's putting a little bit downward pressure on the 50 period moving average on the daily time frame. So you're putting a little downward pressure on that as well. You got a little bit of a channel, a downward trending channel. You know, it's got some work to do. If you look over here on the 4-hour time frame, it looks like you could draw yourself a pretty nice trend line off of this 4-hour time frame right here. So if it looks like it wants to break that, and then what I do is I actually duplicate that, and I actually like to have what I call a spike through, and this is, it actually gets up and above that spike through, then you know, this might end up being a pretty nice long. You really want to see it take out this near term high at 42.33 on this, right? So that's what we got going on with that. On the 15-minute time frame chart, it's putting in a very nice tight consolidation. It's actually got a trend line that's putting in over here. So if it loses the bottom here at 40.89, then you're probably coming down to 40.50, 40.25. You got light volume over here. You lose that, you're definitely coming into the 39.25 area. In regards to earnings, I do like kind of the setup is it's actually set up where it's on the lower end of the ranges, so that gives it a little bit of opportunity to go higher. I wouldn't play it pre-earnings, but if you wanted to, this actually has the kind of setup that I look for playing earnings. Amazon and Uber are also on the list. But guys, I'm staying with you. Did you like the video? Did you like the video? Give me a like. I really appreciate it. By the way, look for our video coming out this evening. All right, I'm going to redraw this trend line over here on the 4-hour time frame. I just called it trend line. I didn't name it because it looks to me like it's really like that. That's what you're looking at. And I think I'm going to call that a spike through. So that's what you're looking at. It's a downward trending triangle right now. It's consolidating right over here over top of this 50% retracement. That 50% retracement is also the middle part of an upward trending channel, right? So Amazon, it's really just, it's been in a consolidation range for a very long time. Amazon is also one that I think is kind of a forgotten stock and needs to definitely be, you know, on the list as well. So let's see here, looking at like this right here, this triangle, this consolidation range, really on a longer term basis, that takes you over top of the trend line. So you could actually put yourself in a little alert on that and just wait until it actually gets out and above that 38.2, which is at 263.54, right? It's 263.54 on Amazon. All right, so that's what's up with Amazon. What else did you guys have? Irene, Amazon, Irene, please. SMH, dude. SMH, dude. We're going to give SMH a shot. SMH, dude. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let Thinkorswim tell me what this looks like. I'm taking it from this high right here. I'm using what's called a regression channel. Guys, if you don't use Thinkorswim, man, you're really missing the boat. I think it's the best software for charting this out there. I want to go ahead and remove that channel right there. So it's trading right now at the very top part of this regression channel right here. And it's if you take it from this low to this high, we're actually there. And it's also trading the middle range of this regression channel as well. So it's looking to me, and it wouldn't surprise me because a lot of these stocks, they moved a little bit over the pre-market. So it wouldn't surprise me if this comes in a little bit on the open, right? Comes in a little bit, maybe comes back into this area 558, 57 area and does a retest, and then it's actually picking up the top of this area of resistance. Resistance became support, and then you can go on an objective long on this. If it does take out the top of this, then it's taking out the top of this trend line right through here, and you got over top of this moving over top of the middle area of this range. If we look at it over here on the 1-hour time frame chart, it's looking like it's put in. It's got over top of the 5-period moving average. It's over top of the 20 and the 10. The moving averages are not stacked the way that you want it, so it isn't. It's still you know, working its turnaround magic, right? So it wouldn't surprise me to see this actually come back in at least to this area right through here and do a little check-in on the 5-period. Your 5-period might move into this whole range right here where you got this pivot high over here at 560.50, right? So if this ends up coming back in, I am bullish on it. I would actually look for the go long on it. If you want to take it on, you want to do an objective, you want to do a quick scalp short, and you see the money's coming out of these plays, then underneath the 567, you'll have your first area of reaction over your 565.50, but then you got open area of volume right through here, and you should be able to get down into the 560 range. But this is where I would look for a turnaround around that 5-period moving average. And if you also look, you also got a very nice consolidation range right through here. So that is a strong area of support right there. You can see we even got a pivot right there, 558. That's it, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you make lots of money. I hope this was helpful to you. If you get a chance, go over to my stockchartistry.com. Take a look at my indicators. Look at, at least get a free subscription to my market intelligence reports. I think that they're very helpful. And don't make me funny, dudes. And hey, dudes, have a great day.